Okay, so how did that work, or why did that work? Well, it's a very simple idea of conditioning. What you can do, and what we do know from psychology of classical conditioning theory, is that if I kick someone low, bang, and it inflicts a little bit of pain, that becomes a response, an unconditioned response. So in other words, the stimuli is the kick, the pain is the response to that. But the most important thing, and this is the great thing about it, is that if you continue to do that over a period of time, the person becomes conditioned, bang, to that. So essentially what you can do is fake the kick, and you see how he turns, because he's used to that bang and you can switch the target. It works really well in combat sports. You'll see it a lot. If you look at a lot of top fighters, you'll see they'll be moving around, they'll be working a partner out and conditioning them to a strike. A good alternative to that, another example, is the body punch. Bang! If you can work in tight and dig that punch in, just the pain in itself will get the guy to drop his elbows eventually. And when he drops his elbows from this position, boom, it leaves you the opportunity to open. But it's not so much the fact of that, it's the fact that you can fake it or feint it, bang, and it goes. Now, very classic psychology theories. What we want to know is, will it work in a street fight? Well, if you stick for the second half of the video, we'll chat about that. Thank you. So does conditioning work in a street fight? Well, not really, because you don't have a time. Street fights are only seconds, literally 3 to 4 seconds, sometimes even less than that. But what you can do is you can work on the natural flinch instincts that people have. For example, over a period of time, I know, bang, if I try to punch someone in the groin, they're going to flinch. If I try to poke someone in the eyes, they're going to flinch. So if you think about setting up combination strikes and relying on that flinch control or reaction. So I don't know, let's just give you a classic example. I've crossed his arms, I punch him in the groin, maybe, or I slip and I punch him in the groin. If I can get him to flinch or drop his arms or turn in a certain way, it sets up the strike. But it's not the same as in a sport environment or in a competitive environment where I'm moving around and I'm setting up the guy over a period of time. On this, I've got seconds, and I need to rely on the natural physiology and the natural reaction of someone flinching, and that's why I go for an area where they will suppose or preempt that. Thanks for watching. Always interested in hearing everybody else's comments, so feel free to leave your stories or any ideas that you've got. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Oh, sorry.
That's fine.
That was close.
That was close, yeah.
That was on. All right.